Apparently, leaving your hometown in your 20s is a life hack, so...
I have time to plane at LIS in my 2 big luggages.
This is my life for the next year. Welcome back to Project 12, where I quit my job to travel to 12 cities in 12 months. And my first stop is Portugal. This was my first time in Portugal, and by the time the month was up, I did not want to leave. It is one of the least expensive European cities to live in, has beautiful architecture and vibrant colors, and amazing culture, food, and people. When he's a 10, but it actually rains 10 out of like the 30 days here, and we decided to come at the 10 days. It's always raining. Love that. I played myself because one of the reasons I actually chose Portugal is the weather. It's actually very temperate all year round, but someone's lying about the rainfall. From mid-autumn to mid-spring, it rains for half the month. It's okay though. Wait, this sun, this is crazy. I'm so grateful now. I feel like after having no sun, this is amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
The beauty of Porto.
You understand Porto now?
Yeah.
With a little bit of sun.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Also, Portugal is just so photogenic. Oh my god, the aesthetic. The colors look so good. I'm telling you, it's something about the pastels. Every day, I feel like I'm walking in a movie set. It's so beautiful. It's like that one friend who can never look bad. Let me show you some places we stayed at. Oh. Whoa. This is Vivian, my ex-coworker. We both quit our jobs. Great job, Viv. So we actually booked the tickets for this trip 5 months beforehand.
Wait, it is so nice.
At some East Village bar at 2 a.m. and this becomes my first concrete step into moving forward with Project 12.
Oh my god, it's truly our honeymoon.
Well, she has a new job and I'm still doing this, which is also my new job. So let's continue working. So this Airbnb is in Porto, Portugal. It's around $100 a night, which is pretty expensive considering some furnished apartments go for like $600 a month. Porto is Portugal's second largest city and it's a lot smaller than Lisbon in terms of like size and inhabitants, which also makes it slightly less expensive.
Cheers. Dollar shots and dollar sangria.
Kind of crazy, but really not by much. It is very quaint and as the name suggests, it is by the ports. The city is very walkable and there's always street performers and music playing around, so the vibe is definitely there.
Woo! Thank you very much. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, fuck me, okay. That's so much. Oh my god, Vivian. This is ridiculous. Like, that was the first one. It's crazy. Cheers, goodbye, Vivian. Bro, you can't drink any of it.
Also accidentally discovered a new genre of music.
Experience of love. Love that can offer us happiness and dreams, other times sadness and tears.
Best 16 euros. This was great.
Oh yes, come here guys. The rest of Porto was probably me traumatizing Vivian with more Portuguese egg tarts. She's lactose intolerant, you guys. A trooper though. But if you want more egg tart content, you can watch my other vlog. Now we will migrate over to Lisbon, which is 3 hours away by train. Portugal actually has a very good train system, so it's very conducive for weekend trips. We'll go through that later. Also, new character alert, we have Wendy, who is Vivian's friend from college. For now, Airbnb tour.
We're home.
As a New Yorker, I feel that I'm sometimes not chill enough for Portugal. They really know how to live life here, and sometimes it's a little inefficient, but that's fine. If you're eating at a restaurant, they never bring you the check. You get the check when you ask for it. And even if you finish your meal, you can still sit there for like another hour. There's no rush, which is like the complete opposite of New York energy. In Portugal, you can just chill, and that is so nice. What a change in pace of life. Sometimes I do have my inner New Yorker come out where I'm like, oh, can I get my coffee any faster? But like, where am I rushing to? But honestly, I think that's just something I have to unlearn because I was born there, I grew up there, and that mentality is efficient, but it doesn't mean that I need to be doing that all the time. I wish we could see better sunset. I've been trying, but this wall is blocking it, but it's fine. It's beautiful regardless. I wonder if you can see Wendy from here. Major cat energy, except I only have one life to the fullest. So now that there's 3 of us, thankfully our travel styles align and we all like to walk a lot. So one day after a massive dinner, I think we walked like an hour and a half along, not the coast, but almost the coast of Lisbon. It was actually so nice because one, it was good to digest, but then two, it was very nice to see the city, albeit in darkness.
They're literally driving into the sunset.
I think that really helped us understand in different neighborhoods because the next day on the tram, we recognized places we saw the night before. But I also realized that when people say New York is a city that never sleeps, I don't even know if that's true anymore because the people in Portugal literally do not sleep. They party until it's 6 a.m. and sometimes parties don't even start until midnight. I concede they can take the title because I would very much like to sleep. And Lisbon has some really unique bars. There's a sports club that we went to, and there's also bougier ones that overlook the city. Drinks are relatively affordable here. A beer is like $1 to $2, and then a cocktail ranges from $5 to maybe $15 depending on where you are.
You're right. They won't know.
Ooh, and the food scene is quite spectacular here. So in short, they are huge on meat and seafood and use lots of garlic. And in detail, you can watch my other vlog where I eat around Portugal. On the lower end, a meal can range from $8 to $10, and on the upper end, I mean, that's completely up to you and your wallet. But as my high school finance professor used to preach, there's no free lunch in life. Low cost of living comes at a cost for someone else. And that someone else, unfortunately, are the locals. One of their biggest complaints is that the wages are super low and the taxes are super high. I think taxes for gas is like 60%, which is ridiculous considering how cheap the Ubers are. But if the locals cannot afford stuff,
Tourism helps keep Portugal afloat. It's a huge industry for them. And I give in. I'm gonna get bubble tea because I haven't had it for like 2-3 weeks since I left New York. Oh, it's automatic? Oh, I thought you guys were like closing the second I stepped in. So I was talking to the workers at the bubble tea shop, girls from Portugal. She's like, it's actually really hard to meet locals because there's so many people coming in and out of the city.
In comparison to other countries in Europe, it's actually very easy to get a visa to live here, which is why it's called like the gateway to Europe. Portugal has literally blown up in recent years as a travel destination, but also for digital nomads, people relocating and retiring here. And what you get is an international melting pot. I met this group of friends from around the world. You can watch my other vlog for the whole backstory, but half of them were actually considering moving here full-time. And we hung out a lot and also took weekend trips, for example, Cascais, which is a beach town. We also went to Troia to catch the sunset. It's near Setúbal. I would say they're each about an hour away by train, and the train system is pretty efficient and clean. They start running at 6:30 a.m. and end around 1 a.m. Sometimes it is a little bit more efficient to Uber, especially if you have friends to split the cost. When Vivian and Wendy were still here, we went to Sintra.
You actually see the whole castle. It's crazy.
Which was almost a Narnia-like experience.
How did they build this?
It had lots of palaces and was just so gorgeous.
Wow. That's a great shot. Thank you.
Another contributing factor for choosing Portugal was safety. For the most part, I felt fine walking alone at night. At some parts, it was a little sketchier, for example, these alleyways, but otherwise,
I feel okay here.
I mean, somebody has to go get these kebabs, you know?
Just the kebab.
Just a kebab.
I also managed to come at the best time. It's October 2022 right now, and the US dollar is so strong.
We got the goods.
It's at parity with the euro, which means it's 1-to-1, and this hasn't happened for like 20 years.
You know, I want a scooter back, but I don't know my neighborhood yet, so let's get familiar and then we'll scooter back tomorrow. More stairs. Top of the stairs. Ew.
Despite the good conversion though, you still can't win because
These things are the worst exchange rate, actually. I'll show you since, you know, I have time.
literal highway robbery.
So I saw the ATM, this little girl was like, are you a YouTuber? Yeah, I guess I am now. She's an early subscriber, like you.
And as you can see, I actually love that Lisbon is super walkable. However,
One of the things that makes it harder to live here, not doable. But imagine you have like a lot of groceries.
but I think my favorite part about Lisbon is definitely the people.
Thank you. Obrigado. Oh.
Everyone is very willing to help you and just be very accommodating and welcoming. When the month was up, I was actually so sad to leave. I definitely will miss the people, food, and culture the most. Just the general chill vibes. I also had a really hard time choosing my last meal.
Like trying to be selective when I eat. Oh, but so difficult.
You know when it's the last time you do something, psychologically you just want it to be the most memorable or like most reminiscent of the place or thing.
I decided to get traditional Portuguese food because, you know, I won't be able to have it for a while. So sad I'm leaving. I love it here.
Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video in another country.
Bye. Oh my gosh, no care in the world. Ciao.
Whatever. Goodbye.